Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good Friday morning. It's a beautiful morning. Incredible red moon out here. This is a very important day of gratitude. Every day that we wake up with 10 fingers and 10 toes and air in our lungs is an important day of gratitude, fundamentally, right, for a high operational being in the fight of life. So if we were going to talk about boxing, I know just the book to tell you. If we were going to talk about agriculture, I just know just exactly the books to tell you. When we're talking about Jedi training, well, books like Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. I'm backing up my bro in one of these groups, and I attended it, and they're talking about outwitting the devil, right? Like ideally, that's a baby prerequisite that's most of the guys around me read way long time ago, and then have gotten into things like Rudolf Steiner's Attainment of Higher Worlds, right? I'm your fellow journeyman. I'm just a study partner here in this hardcore psychology, mental toughness importance. It's so important. It is the importance of our time. Timing being everything in the fight of life. And if you can listen to another fellow Jedi, all right, and you can see that in the face of mission impossible, time and time again, if you can find people, old schoolers in life, and if we're already old schoolers ourselves, or if we're young schoolers out there, right? The whole reason I'm any kind of old schooler worth any kind of salt whatsoever, and you'd have to know me personally to know what that is, by the way, because let me tell you, I have pockets of haters, man, that want to see. I mean, seriously, it makes no sense. I have insane pockets of. Well, it does make sense. I'll explain exactly what it is. Of Jerry Springer class people, and this class, beware of. Okay? And if you become anything very extremely valiant and you're at ground level with them, not a celebrity on the screen, which they will love to pieces, right? Sent direct by Diddy. But they will love a person like that to pieces. But someone next to them, being like having those kinds of, and to be honest, everybody that you're looking at in a celebrity, political situation, these are just actors. These are just actors, some much more than others. And we'll discuss 3 examples here coming up of that. Those of us who are playing by the golden rule, who really care to be authentic, who care enough to be authentic and do the right thing and tell the truth, we cultivate inside of ourselves through those actions a very clear and profound difference from those who do not. And it's valuable to those who have also cultivated that inner thing and those who have not. Now, apart from this cultivated inner thing, there is a base code. Quantum physics, we talk about this in the last video. So coming into this video, quantum physics says everything physical was metaphysical first, right? Just like now, everything physical, you're going to have the idea, you put that to action, and now you have the enterprise, right? You have the blueprint, you plant it, you water it, you care for it, you care enough, and there it goes, it grows. Hua. Now, there are prerequisites, as I also used the analogy in the last couple of videos, you know, a whole bunch of sperms go, one gets to the egg. What makes you think that it's not similar about who's coming from this sphere going to the next? Wouldn't that likely be the purpose, care, and tether point for someone who actually does they would know? Maybe. You tell me. They might know. It would definitely increase their chances. If there's a whole bunch of, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, you're going that way? Okay, I'll go that way. Or who knows what it is, really. But I'm just, right? It will probably help to know, oh, no, wait a minute. If I get to this other thing, if I do good, if I be true, if I be, right? Because most definitely in this quantum physical holodeck training module for your soul, your true colors are coming out. A very interesting and accurate judgment could be made. And where's our true color? Where's our true character really exposed? It's exposed in private. It's exposed when you really have that character. You do charity when nobody's looking, when nobody asked you for it. You just saw somebody who needed something, you could give it, and you did it. And you did it purposely in private to have that incredible intrinsic value, which does carry over into this complete data set, full bandwidth, and not all of it that you can see, that's likely recorded on a very minimal amount of material too, right? Because the architects, the orchestrators, the facilitators, they know much more than you. All energy can be created cannot be created nor destroyed. It can just continue. You know, and it in what form, how you do it is who you are. The letters are just changed around. I myself, I choose to do it very intelligently. I choose to do it before the other guy, harder than the other guy. More dynamically empowered and less dynamically clipped, limited, wing clipped. Because so many people now, to be politically correct, to be cool, that's the worst one. You know, all the that guy's not cool. He's talking too real. Thank you. Perfect, great line that you draw for me. Some of the guys in the morning mastermind will remember when I brought up one subject that pertained to one person very accurately, and I just started reading through. We had a coaching rotation, and so one day I picked that material to coach from, and the person that had it, without me even calling them out, started calling themselves out. And I have done this. The reason that I mentioned this is because these co-Jedi council members are moving up with me, and they can later tell you about this, you know, and we all still really care about each other. And we've lost 2 guys. That means we've got 2 guys moving on the other side. Not lost, excuse me. We've graduated 2 guys. And I really truly believe that that's 2 more guys on my pack, you know, of incredible characters, like, because I don't mess around with that at all. I'm brutal when it comes to who I allow to be in my life, who I allow, because I got a big heart, you know. I become extremely fond of people. And I'm a real winner who just wants to see everybody not just win, but fly to higher heights than I have. Which ain't that high, really. There's so many more accomplished Jedis than myself. However, I have made millions of dollars twice. I would, you know, I would trade millions of dollars up there, honestly, for the life I have down here. That happened. I can't say that it was in the form, it was how I would have wanted it to, right? But we are not reduced to service, subjection, and listening to some information with quiet devotion, and because we do not at once oppose it with our own opinion. Anyone having advanced some way in the attainment of higher knowledge knows that he owes everything to quiet attention and active reflection, and not to willful personal judgment. We should always bear in mind that we do not need to learn what we already able to judge, what we are already able to judge. Therefore, if our sole intention is to judge, we can learn nothing more. Esoteric training, however, and don't be afraid of any kind of mouth sounds, right? This is one of the most genius people of our time. Steiner wrote Biodynamic Agriculture, which is just a 7-lecture series, but it's the baseline of the alternative spear tipping agriculture that I do down here and everywhere from Mexico to Chile, right? Panama is where I'm coming to you from now, the majestic base of this volcano peak, the only peak you can see the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean from on a regular basis. Some rare points, there's a mountain, there's another volcano called Mount Chiripo in Costa Rica, and at some certain points you can kind of, but nothing like right up here from Volcan Baru. That's a pretty fun hike to do. You know, it's not too difficult, and it's once you're up there, I mean, there's just, there's nothing like it, right? And there's probably been there's petroglyphs. I myself, working on a coffee farm for 9 months, pulled up a waka, right? A pottery with the gold nugget in it. And, the whole thing, the whole pieces. It was broken because a root had grown through it, but I excavated it all. And yeah, there's a lot out here. There's been people living off this highly productive jungle for a long time. And it truly is a magical place. And we've got turnkey, alternative, plan B agricultures, even with multi-family rental stream on them and everything dumped. The gringos are dumping in down here and renting. All right. Esoteric training. However, center in learning, we must have absolutely the goodwill to be learners. Take it from him, everything I've been saying. If we cannot understand something, it is far better not to judge than to judge adversely. We can wait until later for a true understanding. The higher we'll climb the ladder of knowledge, the more do we require the faculty of listening with quiet devotion. Real listening is something that many people can't even do. All perception of truth, all life and activity in the world of spirit becomes subtle and delicate in comparison with the process of the ordinary intellect and of life in the physical world. The more the sphere of our activity widens out before us, the more delicate are the processes in which we are engaged. It is for this reason that men arrive at such different opinions and points of view regarding the higher regions. But there is one and only one opinion regarding higher truths, and this one opinion is within reach of all who, through work and devotion, have so risen that they can really behold truth and contemplate it. It's not easy. Truth is a process. I'll put the truth poem below from Muhammad Ali. Truth is very dynamic. Truth is really you can kind of, God and truth, the ultimate truth would be that, and some of us really, it's not a matter of Some of us know that God and an angelic structure exists, as well as in many polar evil entities, and the structure also there exists. Very much more more developed root system, actually, because, and if you read the Keel Carlberg science down below, you got a lot of reading to do here, and then you'll connect a lot of dots. But there's a lot that's understood in psychology. There's a lot that you can understand about the reality and the way that everything works out in nature. As Einstein says, pay deep attention to nature to understand everything better. If you were to actually go out there and try to adapt to it as much as you possibly can on a regular basis, adaptation is the greatest measure of intelligence. It's well studied that travel, adaptation of new cultures, new languages, new musical instruments, new wrestling styles, new martial arts, new physical arts and sports. All of those things increase brain neuroplasticity. Running, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have running in your routine, I feel sorry for you, that you do not know what you're missing. A holistic, that you have to run, you have to lift, you have to do dexterity training, you have to do quickness training, you have to do flow state to flow state training. You basically also have to not do bar, not do dumbass, not do Jerry Springer people, not do, right? But it's up to you. It's up to you. If you like that lifestyle, you will own it. Whatever choices you make, you will own them. But I really truly believe, and we're gonna get into this right now, that there is a voodoo. There is various degrees of a serious voodoo that is effective on the population. There's a serious voodoo out there, and is it effective to various degrees on various individuals of the population, but all of us, myself included, to some degree. And we can speculate and debate about the intentions. Is this just the evil nature of man? Selfishness begets selfishness, which it completely does. All good acts assist one another. All bad acts assist one another. And if you're in an environment full of bad, selfish people that are willing to enable, put their sacrifice, put their own souls on the chopping block for stupid, evil intentions of someone, all the way to the point where they have those evil intentions themselves, I beg you to consider evil intentions altogether are a huge mistake. Supporting them, being irresponsible, it's on you. You need to investigate whatever is what you're doing. If you just take what people say, if you need the convenient lie because you can't take the break, because you're too weak inside to recognize that the country, that the captains, that the mommies, that the kiddos have made evil choices themselves, and have had evil intentions themselves, and had made unfortunate, irresponsible, uninvestigative pursuits of life themselves. I'm telling you, there's a point where that is a sandbag. It is a liability. It is not an asset. And you must cut that thing to fly. You must cut it to fly. It's hard. But what you also must see is if that sandbag does not fall, boom, and hit the ground hard, it's never going to be anything else. It's going to stay latched on. It's going to stay in the same form. You're not helping it. It's not helping you. You're in a negative sphere. You're on a negative vibratory area, bandwidth. And according to Chris Langdon, see, I'm connecting lots of dots here. This is way beyond psychology. It's physics. It's new ideas and even new language, telesis, as Chris Langren presents in his TOE, which is basically, if you're not mimicking the intentions of Jesus in plain language. None of these mouth sounds begin to describe anything. We covered that in the baby lessons. All right, we're at 70 things, recordings, 3,000 visitors, subscribers, 3 months of time, a real, serious, true Jedi mission is in the code of this, is in the intention of this, is in the root of this. A very valiant mission in the face of very dark witchcraft. And we're not even going to talk about it. But it will be effectively, it can be, again, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's why, here you go, boom, video series. It's on, there you go. You have the truth. You have the other side. You can investigate. This ain't hard to figure out. Or you can just continue to scream the regurgitation of what you heard or were told or read, but you don't know, as if you do know it, and be part of the problem. A liability, not an asset. No Jedi is respecting you. They may be smiling at you and treating you civilly, but they've got you laser gauged up and categorized correctly. Mental ways, you know. And this is why I want to go off some real material as your fellow student, you know, because Rudolf Steiner was one of the most clever. I can't believe he's not a more popular. We should be covering this out nature in a new academic system that is so good it renders the old academic system obsolete. We pay attention to the true greats. We climb up on the shoulders of the true greats so we can truly see further. All right. And this one here is truly great. Rudolf Steiner will point you in the right direction, no doubt about it. Talk about someone in the early 1900s who could see way beyond anyone's looking right now. And to, yeah, truly clairvoyant, you know. And he met, by the way, you'll notice that it's obvious he's having many discussions with other clairvoyant people, because this was a clairvoyant society in the Germanic region. But there is only one opinion. Opinions differing from one true opinion can only be arrived at when people insufficiently prepared judge in accordance with their pet theories, their habitual ways of thought, and so forth. Just as there is only one correct opinion concerning a mathematical problem, so also is this true with regard to the higher worlds. But what's real is real, whether you like it or not. What our next step as a humanity that's important and good is what it is, whether you like it or not. A continuation in the current construct of humanity as it stands right now is not the right thing to do. It's not. You're going to have to, if you want to be truly one of the best assets, and change is difficult. You want to stay in your comfort zone and in the line of the convenient lie. Nobody's signing up for hard truths these days. There's a weakness in the air, you know, up there, especially in so many different dynamic ways. It's insanity. And you all will talk about someone that's living in nature who's really knows, you know, a lot much more tethered to the ground for sure. That person will be crazy to you. and he won't be cool. And that's the disease right there, man. Because I was pulling kids aside in Philadelphia with their pants almost around their freaking ankles and red shoes and red. I told them, I was like, there's no way this is your authentic culture. Somebody's laughing somewhere, dude, clowns out of a Volkswagen, because I got to know these kids really well. And they changed the way they dress, and they didn't really have the conversation with their other friends too much like I was hoping they were going to do. But Diddy came out and said, I should have had the clip. What's the green stuff? Oh, that is the jungle juice, man. This is nutritionaldiversity.com. Explains it all. But it's a jungle juice. It's about 13 species in this one. And if I get 13 species of 6, I'm around the prerequisite diet of wild game, and I do eat meat, nose to tail animal as well. But man, I'm telling you, so I had extreme PTSD, and I was able to, 2 things. Yeah, it's good, man. It's super good. And we have a little retreat. There's links below the other videos. We have a little retreat. You can come down here. You can do it interpersonally with this guy who's better than me at it. It took you to 10 levels ahead. But yeah, so by disassociating with humanity, the toxic Avenger herd, what's cool, the human culture that's cool, and this super stupid construct that is not growth oriented, that is based on lies, that is not sustainable. When we're right outside of what is sustainable, from a space shuttle of a city image, mirrors cancer microscopically. Anyway, we got to get out of these cities, period, whether you like it or not. Then you can get this nutritional diversity diet the way you're supposed to get it. You're supposed to get your food just like wild games gets their greens. And we're supposed to get greens. We take greens and all these excellent supplements and pre-workouts and caffeines and all this stuff, because we can get healing, enhancing effects on it, We really need this CoQ10, links below. No. But yeah, no, so if I get this right from the plant, right from the sun, there is an electric energy there that dissipates within 5 minutes. There's this high chlorophyll amongst another spectrum of vital electric energy giving PTSD and every other condition repairing chemicals that really can cure every kind of condition. I've seen, we had a guy 75 not too long ago. This is a great story. And he had ulcerative tumor, both going inside and going outside, just from this diet and removal from a shitty culture and lifestyle and the diet that was prescribed there to this. No more tumor. The dude's 70. He comes to me. He's like, my organs are working again. That hasn't happened in such a long time. All right, it looks like they got left. So, but anyways, this and all the benefit. When you nutrify the system correctly, it's amazing what can happen. When you inform the mind, the soul correctly, it's amazing what can happen. When you know what is possible, it's amazing what can happen. And the forces, pay very close attention to the forces out there that don't want you to know, that want you to occult the information, that want to give you the food pyramid, and then, very cute here, turn it upside down. We turned the food pyramid upside down. Did you see that, JFK, on Joe Rogan? They turned what? Can you guys see past this? Okay, so I just told you what the correct diet dispensation is based on the Rudolf Steiner agriculture, which is the required method for my super ultra Jedi team. Isn't that crazy? That's a crazy Jedi team in the ranks of today. Some of my guys do this out of microgreens because they're in the urban environments. We're working in bullet shops. What's up, Snake? My brother, I love you. Fuck, I love you, dude. You're such an incredible guy. It's an incredible thing that's happening here. Raul, AK, ET, dude, we love you, bro. Gosh, some of us are being prepared more than others. All challenges, opportunities to build strength. Okay. It is indeed true that truth and the higher life abide in every soul, and that each can and must find them for himself, but they lie deeply buried and can only be brought up from their deep shafts after all obstacles have been cleared away. After all the obstacles have been cleared away. And you can just go do your vision quest and come out with your battle plan of divine download. I'm working up the whole neighborhood right here, dude. Right here, this is a very interesting kind of like fair share as look into Bull Mollison's permaculture design manual for the agriculture and that you can understand. Oh no, crossing some cows here. See, this is a collective right here, right? And so there's several people, they've got pitch into the places out here. It's all cattle land everywhere around here, right? And yeah, no. Everybody throws down per cow. It's really well put together, actually. So the little man can grow. Here, the pharmacy sells one pill for 20 cents. You don't need antibiotics for or a prescription for antibiotics either. There's so many benefits to being down here. There's one way to find out. Only the experienced can advise how this may be done. Only the experienced, right? So if you're just doing your blog or your channel or your diet information and you're regurgitating my information, but you don't have any experience. No, I'm just playing. All right. Such advice is found in spiritual science. No truth is forced on anyone. No dogma is proclaimed. A way is only pointed out. It is true that everyone could find this way unaided, but only perhaps after many incarnations. By esoteric training, this way is shortened. We thus reach more quickly a point from which we can cooperate in those worlds where salvation and evolution of man are furthered by spiritual work. Because the base code under the physical reality is what we came to test in the physical reality for strength and integrity. That's really truly the only thing it really could be. And that becomes more clear, as he said. I would add to that, not just after many carnations, but after much time. And I spent 7 years in the jungle because my PT. I don't know if I would have. My PTSD was really fucking bad, man. I couldn't be around one person. I was starting, like the Jim Brewer and Brandon Angel Fitness. The guy was asking me about the juice. I'm putting the juices, the diet, everything I'm doing with the gym to stay fit. Some of the stuff I need to put more of the stuff that I'm doing with the garden in lifetime. Also, because if I didn't, believe it or not, some of these hater pockets of Jerry Springer people everywhere, they will just continue making up shit. Now it's just like, no, look, ridiculous shit. I showed up to this fucking Jerry Springer pocket right over here one time, and they were like, I heard you died in a helicopter accident. Like, that is fantastic. I mean, I'm Buddy Holly or what? That is you know, I'm invisible there. Because if I walk right down the fucking street, everybody will be coming up and kissing my ass. And I know all these people are talking shit in the back, even inventing shit. They're fucking trash. Fucking start drinking it. You know, they just want to they just want the shiny shit, man. There's no substance there. They'll tear anyone down. It's just another crab in the bucket. Average, irritating, has no ambition, no interest in any of this that we're talking about right here. You know, and I'm really kind of going into this stuff because I'm having a hard time finding people out there. There's all these prophets, there's all these pastors, there's all these like, I will be afraid myself. I appreciate the ones that are my friends, but I will be afraid to set myself to, like, assume that type of a specific role. Yeah, like, outside of some angel telling me to do that. Anyway, but as your fellow journeyman, I'd really love to have this open-minded pursuit with other people, like-minded people, in this alignment, in this orientation, in this interest and pursuit and venture. And I mean, listen, guys, we're coming into times that are likely end times. Serious. We're coming into, this is all pre-written. This is played out. Well, we know definitely for a few generations, right? Because we knew, some of us knew our, you know, our grandparents knew their grandparents personally, right? All right, listen. So this brings to an end indications to be given in connection with the attainment of knowledge of higher worlds. In the following chapter, and in further connection with above, it will be shown how this development affects the higher elements of the human organism, the soul organism or astral body, and the spirit or thought body. In this way, the indications here given will be placed in a new light, and it will be possible to penetrate them in a deeper sense. So it is required. You do need to know. You do need to know that there's a next level. So the devil, he didn't just convince you that he didn't exist. He convinced us that there's no next level. He didn't exist. You can hear, you can see it in the wind. Oh, you love these people, God? Watch what I do. These are going to be the most shitty dog from the top to the bottom, from the political class to the family, which Karl Marx writes in the Communist Manifesto, that the bourgeois reduces the family to a mere money relation. That's what we have now. And the kids today, whatever, they're fucked up, man. Kids today, everywhere, they need so much help. They need old school cowboys. We need Zorros everywhere. There's a role, right? Interpersonally, up with 5 of these kids. No Custer Amato, no Mike Tyson. You know, that's the role. Pay attention to Brandon Angel Fitness on Instagram Live and see that I live everything I say on this thing. One of the fundamental principles of true spiritual science is that the one who devotes himself to its study should do so with full consciousness. Yes, it is the intensity, it is the energy that you can generate. And once you get serious, you're going to really do the nutritional diversity diet every day. You're going to stack everything you possibly can. You're going to get the CoQ10, the ashwagandha, the acai berry, the mental support complex, the mushroom blend, the protein, the creatine, the pre-workout, all that stuff. Pre-workout makes these things. I do a little half scoop in all these just to flavor it up and give it some. All right, one of the fundamental principles. Oh yeah, I'm going to read it again. One of the fundamental principles of true spiritual science is that the one who devotes himself to its study should do so with full consciousness. He should attempt nothing and practice nothing without knowledge of the effect produced. I'm going to read that again. He should attempt nothing and practice nothing without knowledge of the effect produced, and likely the destination to be achieved. That's the same thing, really. And the journey is the destination. A teacher of spiritual science who gives advice or instruction will at the same time always explain to those striving for higher knowledge the effects produced on the body, soul, and spirit, if his advice and instructions be followed. Well, I'm just your fellow journeyman, not your teacher, but we're going to keep reading from the teacher, but what I'm going to definitely say about that is Marcus Aurelius puts it simple, and I say it in every video: do the right thing, tell the truth. No matter how hard it is, the magic that you will need is exactly in the work that you don't want to do, that you're afraid to do. Fear. The one thing that the Holy Scriptures do communicate over and over is do not let fear be your guide. Have faith be your guide. And he says, what I find funny about this, also very, very true, is I could show you, you could see it and still say that you didn't later. You could see God right now come down and chat with us, and then you could tell you, and it could be sitting right in front of you and you will not know. It's because of this right here. It's insufficient graduation. And as far as I can tell, that's failure. That you didn't grow. You didn't grow. You know what I mean? In fact, some people out there, a lot of people out there have become festering, cancerous patches on the body of humanity. And as unfortunate as that is, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, guys, come do the jungle juice for 10 days and the diverse cooking, and forget about it. Forget about it. You know, you want to take 10 days to try to go. They can test you for cancer again in 10 days, whatever you're facing. You know, they say they got these injectable cures for cancer. You can cure cancer right here. I've seen every kind. Like I said, this guy had definitely cancerous ulceric colitis. We couldn't even get this guy to go to the doctor. I was able to get him to stop drinking beer. I don't know, you know, God was able to get him to stop drinking beer in this particular case. And we just shoveled, all I did is drop the shit off over there at my friend's hotel where this guy was at. It was his friend. I told the staff, here's what you do, give it to them every day. Go get a mango, put it in there for good flavor. And filled your fridge. That's it. Then, and I dropped the stuff, come down throughout the process. And I'm getting paid top dollar for this stuff. Trust me, right? And he stays at the hotel, stays there for another year. Somewhere in that year, I can't remember exactly where he tells me there is, then 2 years later, I see him again over there right before Lee dies. And he never did the diet. It was crazy. And he was 70. I was like, dude, why aren't you doing what you saw what happened with your friend? And this is what I'm talking about. In his head, this super species, he thought he could just eat this one super species. Right? And if that advertising was able to really, really work, and then because they've already done this, then they're going to come strip that one species completely out of the jungle when that's not even the thing. The thing is diverse nutrition, diverse microbiome flora from diverse agriculture, fucker. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm being too loud. But, you know, I'm being trained by the camera. Because I'm taking the advice of my team. You ought to speak up. You ought to be more animated. I was actually a trainer. I've learned this before, but man, you turn making videos is tough. You hit the record button, man, and my first 500 were like that. I guess it's probably much easier for certain personality types, no doubt, right? Okay, so one of the fundamental principles of true spiritual science is that the one who devotes himself, some effects produced upon the soul of the student will here be indicated. For only those who know such things as they were communicated can undertake in full consciousness the exercise that lead to the knowledge of the higher worlds. Without the latter, no genuine esoteric training is possible, for it must be understood that all groping in the dark is discouraged, and that failure to pursue this training with open eyes may lead to mediumship, but not to exact clairvoyance in the sense of spiritual science. Okay, so there's exercises in this book, but we're just going to leave it right here and talk about that. What I've said in previous videos as not taking shots in the dark. You know, you don't want to hit an innocent little kid that might have been hiding over there. Do not take shots in the dark. You gotta see the target clearly. You've got to be well aligned, well adjusted. You gotta blow all your air out and be very calm. You gotta be paying attention to nature to understand everything better about what the situation actually is. The complete holistic picture. You need to recognize when things are conflicted. You need to recognize when things are pure. There's a process of purification that you yourself can undertake through investigation, through churning to get the cream, through a really excellent filtration process. You know, watch a Dragnet episode, maybe, right? And find out that you need to do diverse investigations from subjects who are not conflicted, and you have to connect a lot of dots. And if you care enough to do that process and get to the truth on the subject, to get to that diamond deep within the coal vein, made under lots of pressure. And again, like I said, everybody's lying about the diamond, man. Everybody's lying about the diamond. Oh, it's hard to be a diamond, man. People always think diamond can cut through everything. Diamond blade, right? You know, oof, to be that hard is hard. There's an integral process going on here. Right? All right, well, hey guys, this has been a beautiful sunrise session. And if it's kind of blurry what the point of this video was, it is that you must be in a learning cognition. I am your fellow journeyman. I am your fellow study group partner who believes in council structured management, who does not want to facilitate any longer incorrect patterns of behavior, and wants to be able to recognize behavior pattern recognition, esoteric pattern recognition, water pattern recognition, Dr. Masaru Emoto water pictures of 2008. structure, sound motivated structures. That triangle thing that's been the symbol of war right now, that is the joke on us about diet improvements, that is actually a sonographic imagery that can be produced by certain frequencies, and you will start to see that pattern in I forget the exact medium that represents those sonographic waves in water best. I think is it, maybe it's iron, some kind of. Anyway, you can look this up. That the way they look, sonographic imagery is best recorded by, and you will start to see those symbols everywhere. You will see those symbols in Dr. Masaru Emoto's water pictures. You will see that symbol on the front of the book I was just reading from. The hijackers take all sheep's clothing and put that shit on immediately. They kill the sheep, take the clothes, walk in, and start doing evil. We do not tolerate evil. We don't tolerate evil. That's our job as valiant God's army members. And that rank is determined by everything you do in life, which is completely recorded. It really truly is. I'm sure of that. I've done the research in near-death experience and beyond to really know that. Guys, dude, I'm telling you, this ashwagandha is strong. No lie. The CoQ10, I can totally feel it. I can totally feel it coming behind in my fingers and my hands, which have been real broken up for a long time. Yeah, so I've been taking those two. We've got the acai berry. I cultivate acai. So, I don't need to get that in the supplement down here, but we've got it for you guys. And mushroom complex, really, man, you get this entire kit and you're going to feel like a new person. We have another product coming down the line right now, much more potent, much more powerful, that we're going to be manufacturing in a completely different way. Okay? Listen, everything I've said on every video I've ever made is totally true. If I have some sort of like numerical inaccuracy, I'm happy to correct it. If I've learned more information on it, I am very happy to back up and have that character that takes responsibility for their error in a valiant way and say, hey, you know what? I made an error here. I've learned some more things. My mistake. Let me make sure to tell you about that mistake. So I'm not breeding it. I'm not a liability. I'm an asset. And that's the other thing. Intention is everything. Remember, while we're doing our PF every day, all my guys are aligned with this simple Chinese drums exercise. Pick a 6 behind you, a point, and just look at that point on each bend. This is the most important thing. Really, physically, if you're not exercising right now, just start doing this for me. Or if you are exercising right now, you add to this to it. This PF, when you look at the bathroom door before you go through that, you take 2 minutes and you do 100 of these things and you really loosen up. And once you've done this for weeks and days, the worst back pains go away. Helicopter dudes, every jumping out of helicopter, smashed up spine. I worked with a guy. Right? And you really just get the kinks out and line those chakras up. It sounds stupid, but it's really not. And if you look at nature and you look at teachings like the inspections of the lotus flower and everything that's been gained there, My guys are all ready for that liver punch. I can take a couple. Man. A lot of people have forgotten about that one. Now, right? You step in, bang, that liver. Oof. That's a hard one to take. That good old school fashion Johnny Tapio body work. Stuff is valuable. Well, okay. I hope you guys have an excellent Good Friday. Every day is a good day. Every day is very important to pray. And so let's do that here in Jesus' name. Because we realize the truth. We realize the truth for our time. We realize that name holds so much power and weight because of the Jedi brothers, fellow journeymen have testified that to us. I do understand that testimony is important. And I want to tell you, Jesus Christ definitely has saved my calling out to him at 13 and an old schooler. No old schooler, no Brandon. No Leroy Reynolds, no Brandon. And, crazy, man. Because I wouldn't have cried out to God. No Custom Model, no Mike Tyson. All right. Dear Lord, we love and cherish you so much and your story and your example and your testimonies and your information and your teachings and your life and the way that you did not stand for people selling in the temple and all these evil. You did not tolerate any kind of evil, and you carried with you so much respect and humility and politeness and feet washing of brothers. And I just love this idea. We all love this idea. I hope we can get to this idea. And yes, I pray this Good Friday that all of us good men and women can group up and unify, just as a lot of these evil people have in response and in moral duty. Any which way, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you. And we say these things, we're always thinking of you as we go throughout our day, keeping you in our heart and ready for whatever, whenever. Thank you. You guys have an excellent day today. Remember to communicate your gratitude with your actions more than others. There.